Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. And make sure to stick until the end of the video where I have two bonus problems that are similar to this one which you guys can try to solve. Alright, so I have 2 to the power of x is equal to 3 to the power of x plus 1. And I want to find the value of x. So first off, if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, 3 to the power of x plus 1, that's going to equal 3 to the power of x times 3 to the power of 1. Now, I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 3 to the power of x. So then these two will cancel out, and I'll be left with 2 to the power of x over 3 to the power of x is equal to 3 to the power of 1. Now 3 to the power of 1 is the same thing as 3, so now I have 2 to the power of x over 3 to the power of x is equal to 3. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of b over c to the power of b, this is the same thing as a over c to the power of b. So 2 to the power of x over 3 to the power of x, that's going to equal 2 over 3 to the power of x. This is equal to 3. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the log on both sides. So now I have log 2 over 3 to the power of x is equal to log 3. Now if I have something in the form log a to the power of b, I can actually go ahead and move this exponent b to the front of the logarithm. So this would equal b times log a. So in this case, x here would be b. So I can move this exponent x to the front. So this would be x times log 2 over 3 is equal to log 3. Now I can go ahead and divide both sides by log 2 over 3. Then these two cancel out, and I'll be left with x is equal to log 3 over log 2 over 3. Now, if I have something in the form log a over log b, this is the same thing as log base b of a. So in this case, I have log 3 over log 2 over 3, and we can think of 3 as a and 2 over 3 as b. So this means that x is equal to log base 2 over 3 of 3. So this is our answer to this problem. So I have 4 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 256. Now 256, this is equal to 16 squared. So now I have 4 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 16 squared. Now 16, this is equal to 4 squared. So now I have 4 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 4 squared to the power of 2. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is the same thing as a to the power of m times n. So 4 to the power of 2 to the power of 2, that's going to equal 4 to the power of 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is 4, so now I have 4 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 4 to the power of 4. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of b is equal to a to the power of c, then this means that b is equal to c. So in this case, x minus 1 is equal to 4. So now I have a simple equation. All I have to do is add 1 on both sides. These two cancel out. I'll be left with x is equal to 4 plus 1 is 5. Now to check, my original equation was 4 to the power of x minus 1 equals 256. Now I know that x is equal to 5. So now I have 4 to the power of 5 minus 1 is equal to 256. Now 5 minus 1 is 4, so I have 4 to the power of 4 is equal to 256. 256 is the same as 16 squared, so I have 4 to the power of 4 is equal to 16 squared. 16 is the same thing as 4 squared, so I have 4 to the power of 4 is equal to 4 squared to the power of 2. And now if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 4 to the power of 2 to the power of 2, that's going to equal 4 to the power of 2 times 2, which is equal to 4 to the power of 4. And 4 to the power of 4 is 256, so I have 256 is equal to 256. Alright, so I have 9 to the power of x minus 3 to the power of x is equal to 702. Now 9, this is the same thing as 3 squared. So if I replace 3 squared with 9, I get 3 squared to the power of x minus 3 to the power of x is equal to 702. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. And m times n, these two are interchangeable. So this is the same thing as a to the power of n times m, meaning n times m we could rewrite as a to the power of n to the power of m. So a to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of n to the power of m. So in this case, I have 3 to the power of 2 to the power of x, and I'm going to rewrite that as 3 to the power of x to the power of 2. So now I'm going to set 3 to the power of x equal to the variable y. So now if I replace y with 3 to the power of x, I get y squared minus y is equal to 702. Now if I subtract 702 on both sides, I get y squared minus y minus 702 is equal to 0. Now to solve this, I'm going to be using the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And in this case, a is 1, b is negative 1, and c is negative 702. So now I have negative b, so negative of negative 1, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so negative 1 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 702. I have this over 2a, so 2 times 1. Now, negative of a negative is a positive, so I have positive 1 plus or minus the square root of negative 1 squared is 1, minus negative 4 times negative 7 over 2 is positive 2,808. And 2 times 1 is 2. Now I have 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 2,808 is 2,809 for 2. And the square root of 2,809, that is going to be 53. So now I have y is equal to 1 plus 53 over 2, and y is equal to 1 minus 53 over 2. So for y equals 1 plus 53 over 2, 1 plus 53 is 54. So I have 54 over 2, which is equal to 27. And for 1 minus 53 over 2, 1 minus 53 is negative 52 over 2, which is equal to negative 26. And this is actually, this is rejected because we set y equal 3 to the power of x. And you can't take the power of a positive number and make it negative. So that's why negative 26, this is rejected. So our only value of y is 27. So now remember how y equals 3 to the power of x. Now I have 3 to the power of x is equal to 27. Now 27, this is the same thing as 3 to the power of 3. So now 3 to the power of x is equal to 3 to the power of 3. And if I have something in the form a to the power of a is equal to b to the power of b, then this means that a is equal to b. Sorry. If I have something in the form a to the power of c is equal to a to the power of b, this means that c is equal to b. So in this case, x is equal to 3. So that is our answer.